reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature, and I have to say in my area it's cold out here today. So Starlight did a lot of running around, and finally I got to the library, so I'm all nice and fresh and clean. And so anyway, I say that because in my situation it's very hard to do these things. That is when you are living in your car kind of situation. So anyway, I really hope all of you are doing great. I hope you're really taking good care of yourself, and make sure, I know the holidays are the Christmas is coming up, so make sure you think twice before you put anything on that plate when you go for a Christmas dinner. So Starlight has been really good, changing my little habits, getting things back on track. So anyway, I do love all of you, and if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome, and you could find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman, and you can give this video a thumbs up if that is you want to see a change in the world, or be that change that you want to see in the world. So anyway, I do love you, and besides giving this video a thumbs up, you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can follow me on Instagram, and that is at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman, Starlight. So I really hope you're being the star, and that you're shining like the beautiful stars that you are. Like I mentioned in other videos that you've watched already, is that we are made out of stardust. It's in our DNA. The doctors know about this. The government, they all know about this. The hospitals, they know about this too. The people, that take your blood, they know this too. So don't be fooled, thinking that nobody knows about this. Those people out there do know about this, and there's many others out there. A lot of people that are light workers like Starlight is, or a chosen one like Starlight is that we all are light workers and chosen ones, but only a few of us, throughout the whole entire world actually knows and is aware that you may be a chosen one and a light worker, and that's why my name is Starlight for my YouTube channel, is because I know who I am. So anyway, today I want to jump in this video and let you know, this is really tough. I've done this my whole life, and are you guys and girls, are you trying to control everything going on in your life? Yep, I thought so, because you know why? Starlight was there too. I try to control everything. Was upside down is because, really I didn't know angels, but it starts off with the universe, God, that God sends messages to all of you guys and girls, ladies and men, kings and queens, that God has the archangels, where they send messages to us. So then we know what to do in our life, whether we need to work on something, whether we need to let go of something. And if you're not sure of what you should be doing in your lifetime right now, is that you ought to check out, I have lots of videos out there of God and the universe, where they are very important videos. And that is why my very first video on YouTube is called, Are You Searching for Guidance? Have you tried to live your life? What was that? I thought so, because Starlight has definitely been there, and I am learning to let go, of trying to control every single thing that goes on in my life. Just like last week, I put a video out how Starlight's brake lines broke, and that was the very first time, I have to say, that, you know what? I knew God was going to do something. God, everything happens for a reason. And I'm like, okay, you know what? What am I going to do? And, it's amazing how, that brake line was going to break anyway, because of the salt, in the New York State, they love salt in those roads, which we do need, but it does do a big damage on our vehicles. And that's what I found out. I, made a phone call to my son. I'm like, hey, what causes this? Is there anything that I can do so this doesn't happen again? Maybe I didn't do something. And he said, well, it's the salt. And I'm like, okay, I can't control how much salt they put on the road because we do need it, unless there's other ways of keeping the roads safe for people when they travel. So anyway, like when you're trying to control every aspect of your life, it is like going against the current. Have you ever, tried to go upstream in a boat? How's that going for you? I can't really say that I really have tried that myself, or like even in one of those float things that you just bloat up with air, and see how good you do when you try to go upstream in a stream of water. How are you getting anywhere? I don't think so. It's just you might get a little bit up there and it's gonna pull you back, and the harder you work at it, I have to say, long time ago, I had a nickname that somebody called me. I had many nicknames, like God has many names, maybe you have a lot of names, but one of my nicknames, which you might think, what? Was the damn lady. So somebody called Starlight. Who did this? The damn lady did it. Nobody knew my name, but they knew who did whatever, which I'm going to explain is long time ago when my kids were little, I didn't have a car, and we used to go on a little trail out in our neighborhood, and my kids really couldn't go swimming, and there was a stream of water called the Cayadetta Creek, and so what did Starlight do is I build a dam across that stream, and I was there every day with my kids, and they had fun going in the water, cooling off, and I was just trying to make a dam across the whole entire stream. And I found that was really difficult to do, picking up big heavy rocks and fighting against the stream of water as I was trying to build a wall. And I was amazed. It stayed up through a lot of like days that we had rain, lots of rain going down, and every time I would go back up in the woods to check out my dam, sometimes my wall broke down and I had to get stronger rocks, bigger rocks, and widen it up, and eventually it was strong enough and it lasted all the way up until fall time. So it was a big struggle for me to fight against that current. And that is exactly what's going to happen to all of you if you are, like, instead of letting God, like, to guide you in your life, and, trust that the universe, God knows your heart's desire. God knows your thoughts. God knows, like, if you desire a man or a woman, God knows those things. The angels do too. So don't be fooled. There's, so I know we've all have been there. Some of you might not be there now. Maybe you understand, I do know some, at least one person that watches my videos. I know that he's not really trying to control his life. He's trusting the universe and God, and he knows how to manifest things in his life and his reality. So, and God wants to help you to manifest those things, those desires that you desire to have in your reality. Whether it's a guy, to get married to, like Starlight, definitely, I wouldn't have it any other way, is to, to be madly in love with a beautiful man, and have an awesome relationship where it's strong and where we trust each other and build a great foundation on trust, and where we trust each other. That should be really a foundation there. But I really want to put my foundation with Jesus, like to have it strong, like to, so we can endure the bad times, and, relationships do. You gotta take the good with the bad, when it comes to anything as far as relationships go, and not that they're going to always be smooth sailing, but how about that place that you want to live? Like Starlight's already doing this now, is I'm like, okay, I did a meditation this morning with my favorite is Steve Noble, is, like a guided meditation for focus and, like to concentrate and clarity and stuff like that. It's so important if you are losing focus and, I have to work on goals. I have some goals I got to work on right now. And, it's easy in this 3D matrix, the third reality, the third dimension, the 3D dimension, the third dimensional reality, the matrix, the matrix will get you distracted, and I recently thought about, like, it is kind of funny. I just watched a video about a movie, and I'm not even going to tell you the movie because I realized once I got done watching that video, I wanted to go out and watch that movie. So I'm not here to encourage you to go out and watch any movies. Like somebody did say recently, is to, instead of watching a movie, like it's better to work on yourself, because those movies will distract you. But even though sometimes movies will have a lot of the truth of what's going to be coming upon us in our future, they get secret messages in there. And those of you that know how to read between the lines when a movie comes out, you'd be like, oh, okay, I know what's going to come here, as far as what's going to happen in 2024. So I'm not here to scare you and tell you what's going to happen in 2024. It's just that it's good to be prepared with what your goals are and how to get there. And, like to have that in your mind space all the time is to visualize what you desire in your life, and this is where Starlight is right now, is I gotta let go those, those thoughts that don't serve you, which are not your own. You gotta realize not all those thoughts, sometimes it's people around you, their thoughts and their negativity and all that stuff. So you do gotta let that go. You gotta believe in yourself that you're gonna get there. So there's things I desire, like I said, a man in my life, but, there's an order first that, like I, like desire to move away. And then, I need to, get a job, and then I have my own place, and I'm already visualizing what kind of place I am searching for as far as to be on my own, and I already got 2 kitty cats picked out. I want 2 so that they will have somebody to play with. And more than likely they might be males. Depend. I got to see on that, because if I get females, I definitely want to make sure they're not going to have any babies. But I already got my plans made out as far as what I desire in my future. So, like to have a beautiful bed to lay on again, instead of the back seat of my car. So what is it that you desire in your life? Is like a job that is going to serve you? Like Starlight definitely wants a job desires a job that is going to, make me feel great, something that I'm proud to have, something that's going to pay me. So always focus on what you want or desire, not on what you don't want. So focus on all the things that you desire. And I kind of got to recatch this is, don't ask God, I want this and I want that. Like you say, I desire, and what is it that you desire? Do you desire a wife? Somebody that's going to be there, a support, somebody that's going to, back you up, that's going to help you to grow and become your greatest version? Or, what kind of lady or a man do you desire in your life? So think of the kind of lady that you might have a lady on your mind right now, the kind of lady that you want or desire. I'm sorry. You might already know the kind of lady that you desire in your reality. You might know one out in public somewhere, but you might think, I'll never get that particular female. What about her anyway? Like really, what is it that you desire about her? Is it because of her outer beauty? I hope not. So it's definitely not about the outwardness at all. I've met a lot of blanks out there in my lifetime when I was younger thinking, wow, he's a handsome man, and I'll tell you what, he wasn't so handsome in the inside. And I know guys, there's some chicks out there, wow, they got a beautiful face, beautiful hair, but what about the heart? Beautiful body, oh yeah, that's not really, girl, I can't speak for all the other females, but really, I'm not checking out your bod. I am really checking on your heart. What kind of heart do you have? Are you living for God, or, or do you serve two masters? So it is really important when you think about the guy or girl that you desire in your life, and are they going to help you to grow? Or are they going to, oh, sorry, I got an itch here. Or are they going to distract you, get you to, there's some things that are great to do, like doing sports and, hiking and stuff like that, keeping active, but is it, going to be a guy that just like, hey, let's watch football, like through fall and winter? Does that even go on at springtime? Yeah, or video games. Let's just sit here and play video games all day long and watch movies. Is that the kind of guy or girl that you desire? Hey, I don't know what to tell you. How about a place to live? What kind of place do you desire to live? So all those things, God wants to bless you with all those desires of your heart. But if you are, like not having God to direct you and guide you to those things that you desire, like the archangels, like I put in my lots of other videos, how the archangels will guide you. You got to talk to those angels, though. Angels, Starlight desires to have a beautiful place out in the country somewhere. And the state of, what state does Starlight want to move to? Well, that's a... that's a secret for now, but Starlight is going to be traveling soon, and so I got goals that I got to work on right now. So I'm asking the angels, please guide me. I'm at A right here, and Starlight has got to go through all these letters to get to, let's say D is where I want to get to, or whatever. So I have to work on those goals and really not to get distracted, because that's exactly how this 3D matrix works. The 3D, the third dimensional, the 3D reality is the way the matrix work is that they try to get you distracted. And now we got Christmas coming, so there's people that are going to get distracted at Christmas time. And, soon, which we all think, not all of us, but a good portion of you might think the New Year starts on the 1st, which it really starts in March. I didn't know that until last year of 2022. So it's something how, like we've been lied to so much, we don't even know what months of the year we're going through, and how many months are really in a year. We've been even lied to about that, and that's why I put so many videos out there about not lying to your kids about Christmas, about a Santa Claus, and it is frustrating, every time I turn a radio on, it's like, or where I go places, I went to an appointment this morning, and it's funny is that I see decorations. I'm always observing everything around me, and I'm like, let's check out the Christmas decorations. And it's kind of funny is that they're trying to please two sides, they're trying to play, keep people happy that say happy holiday. And then you got, so they had stickers on their, their glass. So happy holiday and Merry Christmas. Happy holiday and Merry Christmas. So that is what they do. They want to keep everybody happy, and because it brings it, it's almost like everybody's programmed out there in society to decorate, whether they want to decorate for their business or not. But they are part of that system out there, is to try to get you in that Christmas spirit, whether you believe in God, whether you believe in Jesus or not. And to get your money, it's all about getting you in that, like, like in that spirit, and go out and, like spend money that you don't even have. You're like, where did all the money go? I don't know. Then you got a hole in your pocket, maybe you got a hole in your pocket. So it is something how they really have conditioned the people out in the world, whether they're selling anything to you or not. But even the radio stations, you turn the radios on, and they had Christmas music on before Halloween. It's like we didn't even have Halloween yet, but they were already playing Christmas music, before Halloween and Thanksgiving. So they do. They start off because they know that people are going to go out and try to get deals ahead of time before Christmas hits. So anyway, you definitely do not want to get distracted if you have desires that you are working on. So what kind of job do you desire? So this is what I'm doing, is I am praying and asking the universe, like to guide me, like to, when I get to where I want to go, as far as a different place to live, to start afresh. That's what Starlight's doing, is I have nothing here anymore. My kids are all grown up. They're living their own life. I don't have a man holding me down. So, I'm a free little bird. So I'm going to travel, and, I'm going to need a job when I get there, or if possible, if I can get like a job, ahead of time before I move out there, which would be kind of hard. A lot of times they want to see you in person and, like to do a job resume or a job interview with you. So it would be great, but anything is possible with God. So really, I'm really working on this on myself right here, is don't limit God. And really, it's all up to you. Is I wouldn't try to control anything. You can ask the universe, please, guide me, because God doesn't want you to stay in the same place all the time. God doesn't want you to be in your comfort zone, and I have been in this comfort zone for a long time. So I do feel the call that God definitely wants me to move out of the area. I've been wanting to do this for years. My intuition is just dry, I'm like, okay, and I've been getting signs. The angels been telling me, yes, angels, what do you want? Work on my goals. And then I'm like, okay, what are my goals? So the angels will send you numbers, like I said in those other videos, repeated numbers. Like I got 1111 today. I was right here at this library. Somebody's got the 1111 on their car license plate. And then when I got in my car, I looked at the time and bam, 1111. So I got 1111 twice today. God knows what my thoughts were at that time. So when you do get those numbers, think about what were you thinking when you get those repeated numbers. Or 1111 is one of the most awesome numbers that you can get. Besides, write down your dreams, and I know it is tough. It is hard when you're sleeping in the middle of the night. Believe me, Starlight knows. I get so uncomfortable in the backseat of my car. I got a light handy. I got my notebook handy. And I even pray. I'm like, Archangel Gabriel, can you help me tonight? Can you help me to remember my dreams? Like, can you give me a dream before I have to go pee in the middle of the night? Or, Archangel Gabriel, can you give me a dream before my alarm clock goes off in the morning? That way, when my alarm clock goes off, the dream is right there and I can remember it and then I can write it down and then there's no excuses. Would you happen to believe that because I asked Archangel Gabriel, it will happen? Ain't that awesome? So I love my angels so much. They are, you got to be creative with this stuff. If you have a hard time waking up in the middle of the night and writing down your dreams, of course you don't have to study them in the middle of the night. Is that when you wake up or that next day, really find time to study them. And if you don't know how to study for a dream, you ought to look up my video that I made is how to have a dream study. It is so very important. So all those details, all the details you can think of, and I can't go through all those right now. So if you really want to know what I'm talking about as far as details with a dream study, you're going to have to check that video out in my playlist. It is very important. So stop trying to control your life. You're going to make a mess out of it. God knows what you desire, and what you desire isn't good for you, because there's times you might actually say, I desire that guy right there, but what if you don't know that's not the right guy? Maybe you're missing something. So God could be trying to pull you over this way because God's like, no, you don't want that guy. Or, no, you don't want that girl. I got someone better over here, someone more qualified for the things that you desire in your heart and how you want to be treated. It's somebody that's going to respect you. So, and this happened to me a while back is, I was going in the wrong direction for a guy that, didn't love me, and it was because of COVID where, here you thought like COVID that was a nightmare, but no, it changed my life. And I did put a video on there. If you want to check that video out on my playlist, it is how COVID saved Starlight's life. I changed my world around or whatever. It's something like that is how COVID changed my life. And it really did. I was going in the wrong direction. I had my heart on somebody that really, I had the love for that person, but they apparently did not love me. So God just like, boom, no, that's it, and sometimes you get upset, thinking, I didn't get what I wanted. Well, God knows what's good for you, and God knows what's not good for you. So stop trying to fight against God. God is trying to help you out and bless you in so many ways. And that's why the day with my car, with the brakes, God gave me such a great deal after that because my brake lines were going to break anyway. I still had to pay for rotors and my brakes on my rear brakes on my rear end. No, my brakes on my rear end didn't need to get fixed, but on my car, my rear brakes on my car needed it. Not Starlight's rear didn't need to get fixed, but my rear brakes and my rotors on my car needed to get fixed, and God had this all happen in the area where, God knew I was going to call all these places, and I finally called this one company that is a maintenance person for cars, an auto place, an auto shop, and you know what? I ended up paying, instead of $530-something from the guy that I was going to get my vehicle fixed, I ended up paying $359 instead of even what the guy said at the shop where my brake lines needed to get worked on. He said either $400, it could be a little less, or $400 and a little bit higher. But see how God did things? Instead of me fighting and getting mad at God because my brake lines, because I had to put money on those, they needed to get fixed anyway, God had it happen in a certain area where I ended up getting a real good deal, So I am so grateful, thankful that, that happened, and I didn't start crying and say, oh no, why is this happening now? So it is, So relax, if something horrible, happens in your life, remember, everything happens for a reason, and sometimes you're not going to know it right away, like Starlight did that. Dad didn't know right away, but I found out later, hours later, as I was sitting there waiting for my car. I was, noticed the sign behind the guy that worked there. And because of that shop, I have another video because something happened there. So that will be a different topic, another message for all of you, a very important message. So anyway, stop trying to control everything. And I can't, I say this, and you're like, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm trying to help you, because really you're going against the current. Those things that you desire, God knows what you desire. Just because you desire something, it doesn't mean it's the greatest for you. And that goes without, the jobs that you might desire to have, or the place that you want to live might not be. God's like, you don't want to go live there because, the neighborhood is horrible, or it could be the landlord, or it could be something to do with the apartment building, maybe down the road, God already knows everything that's going to happen in that apartment or in that relationship that you think you desire to be in, where God might kind of know, and you just keep on. I understand that, as people say, well, if you try and you do not succeed, try again. And then there's a time that really, maybe it's really not meant to be. So you really got to really look at different ways of looking at things. And maybe, like sometimes you might want to get a job and God doesn't give it to you. It's just because there's a better job out there for you. So don't get all upset because that one you did not get that one, or that relationship that you desire to be in. Maybe another guy got that chick, and then, God knows the trouble that man's going to have, down the road. Like, you know what I'm going to say. And girls, we definitely have gone with some, yeah. So they're out there, and those are not the kind that you want to desire. You definitely want to desire men and women that are going to respect you and not to use you and not to lie to you. So find a man or a woman that's going to be honest with you, respect you, and help you to grow. And I do love you so much. I really hope you get a lot of help from this video. Remember, those angels are out there. They're out there. And I know you say you don't see them, but they are out there. And they do. They want to serve and protect you. And hey, find out what those angels do. Learn how, and you don't have to make it all magical how to ask them. I always say, Archangel Michael, I need assistance here. Please help me out, and always be grateful for when your angels help you out. And don't only go to them when you need something, so always talk to them all the time. Let them know how much they mean to you. Anyway, I do love you. This is Starlight. You can give this video a thumbs up. Bing, bing, bing. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget to share my videos with your family, your friends, your cat, your dog, a fox. Also, you can follow me on Instagram, and that is at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. And don't forget the playlist. So you can check out my playlist. Are you searching for guidance? There's a lot of videos on archangels and the universe or God. Also, my video on how to study for a dream journal. It is so vitally important if you're working on things that you desire in your life, whether a relationship or a job or a location or whatever. Wouldn't it be nice to know how to get to those things that you desire in your life? So anyway, I do love you. This is Starlight. Love, light, and peace.